I want you to imagine for a moment that for the rest of your life, every thought you have is not just yours, but shared with every single person in the world. Every whisper of your mind, every fleeting doubt, every cherished dream, every petty resentment, every internal surge of emotion, every evil, bigoted belief, every crippling, humiliating insecurity, and every degenerate fantasy is broadcasted openly for the world to hear. The entire population of Earth is sitting back, constantly watching you, judging your every thought. The privacy of internal dialogue dissolves, leaving your innermost thoughts exposed and audible. At first, this new reality is overwhelming. You feel absolutely humiliated over and over again as you fight violently to suppress all deviant thoughts. You attempt to control your thoughts meticulously, like a skilled performer trying to maintain a flawless act. You filter every idea, every fleeting emotion, in an effort to present only the best, most polished version of yourself. Each thought becomes a carefully chosen word, each internal conversation a rehearsed script. The struggle to maintain this facade is profound and exhausting. You find yourself battling against a tide of raw and unfiltered thoughts, each one striving to break free from the confines of your carefully constructed self-image. The weight of this constant vigilance becomes a heavy burden, and the cracks in your facade begin to show. The once manageable private stream of consciousness becomes a torrent, revealing fears and desires you never intended to share, projected into the minds of billions of people as they watch you judgmentally and laugh at you and denounce you in all your vulnerable, naked glory. In the midst of this chaotic struggle, there comes a pivotal moment. The moment of surrender. After a finite amount of time, after the suffering you've endured trying to control your mind had reached the breaking point, would you not just say, "Forget this, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to think everything I'm going to think, and to hell with everyone else"? The weight of trying to control every thought lifts. You release your grip on the need for control and the need to be liked, and allow your thoughts to flow freely, no longer burdened by the need to conceal or manipulate. It's not that you are all of a sudden thinking different thoughts. All of the thoughts you were trying to suppress are still coming. The difference is you just don't care anymore. You are free. This surrender is not defeat, but a profound shift in perspective. It's the acceptance that the true nature of thought is not something to be controlled, but something to be observed. As you let go, something transformative happens. The barrier between your inner world and the external world dissolves, and you are given a taste of a non-dual way of thinking. The transparency of your thoughts becomes a form of liberation rather than an invasion. At this moment, you achieve a state akin to enlightenment. Sure, some people still laugh at you, but your subjective feeling of embarrassment is gone. You let them, and you simply don't care. You're liberated from the expectations of others, while also knowing that although theirs are private, they too have all the same embarrassing thoughts and fantasies that you have. You start to see that your thoughts, while once a source of anxiety, are also a bridge to deeper connection and understanding. As people around the world begin to hear your unfiltered thoughts, some genuinely start to appreciate you for who you truly are. They become attuned to your authentic self, responding with empathy and openness, and even finding delight in your sense of humor. This experience offers us a glimpse into the essence of what unconditional love could be, an acceptance of our true selves without pretense or reservation. What was once your worst nightmare, a source of indescribable discomfort, becomes the catalyst to your mental liberation and your new way of connecting with the types of people who most align with your authentic self. This thought experiment brings a profound realization. Enlightenment is not achieved through the control of the mind, but through the acceptance and integration of its entirety. True understanding and connection arise not from hiding our thoughts, but from sharing them in their full, unguarded form. It brings the realization that you are not your thoughts. What we call you is simply the witness of these thoughts that are coming and going. The echo of your thoughts, once a source of distress, now becomes a means of bridging gaps between hearts and minds. It fosters an environment where genuine empathy and mutual understanding can flourish. The state of immense suffering you endured, followed by the surrender of your ego, was all it took for you to finally be your true self, unapologetically. Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. You're able to be your true self right now. If you would just let your guard down and let go of your need to control and your desperation to be liked. In this shared resonance, we discover a fundamental truth, that we are not so different from one another. We are all voices in the same echo, learning to listen and to be heard in a more profound way. We are all navigating our inner worlds with our fears and desires, and by embracing this transparency, we move closer to one another. Imagine if we all accepted this shared vulnerability, this openness to the full spectrum of our thoughts. If we could all embrace the idea that our innermost thoughts are not just private musings, but shared experiences, we might find that enlightenment is not a distant ideal, but a state of being that is just a shift in perspective away.